Good morning, friends. I'm too short for this.
No, you're like perfect. You're perfect height now.
It's a brand new day here in the building. We took a tiny little break.
It was needed. I've had some crud.
Yeah, Chase hasn't been feeling the best.
Rona!
You did not have corona.
I know, I didn't. Hopefully.
Chase, it was like 30 minutes of you being sick.
We're cutting holes and doing things and...
You are terrible explaining. The other days, Chase told me that I needed to start explaining things in the conversion because I was much better explaining than him. So welcome to the class, everybody. I'm your teacher, Maria Jose.
We're installing our water tank.
We are installing our water tank, and at the beginning of the whole conversion, we thought that we were gonna put it underneath one of the sofas. Then this idea started transitioning into
We're gonna have a little platform at the seating area, which if you've seen our seating area, you may think, holy smokes guys, what are you doing? That seat is way too tall.
and that's because our feet are gonna be resting on top of the water tank. So that's gonna be a little step. So let's frame this water tank, start connecting all these fun things. I think this is the most boring thing to do.
I just don't like plumbing, but this time it's gonna be significantly less messy. We hope, because we're using PEX tubing and shark bite fittings as opposed to CPVC. Lego.
We just finished framing the water tank. For that we used 2x2s, kind of like frame it around it to keep it in place. We don't want it to be moving when we're driving. And now we're gonna use a piece of plywood to just cover the whole thing, so it just looks like a step. And then we have some extra flooring that we use for the van. We're gonna put that on the top so it looks like it was meant to be there.
Oh, that's comfy. Yeah, I can see me like Batman.
Hello, operadora.
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 Operador.
Operadora.
Chico para que porfa.
Would you explain to the camera what's happening?
Yeah, so this box is pretty ugly. And below this ugly box is our water tank. And we just so happen to have some leftover flooring material. And we were gonna do this anyway, but it just worked out perfectly to where we're going to be able to put the flooring up on top of this. That way it looks like the actual floor in the van.
Good morning, everybody. It's a new day working in the van. Today is supposed to start raining later on the day, but I'm excited, but not that excited about what we're doing today because we're plumbing. It's plumbing day. If you want to see what I'm looking at, you are so bad at that.
Come on, try it.
Sticks
Okay, so you can dish out the hate, but you can't take it.
Okay, so after that little break of Chase interrupting the important things, we're doing plumbing today. That means we're gonna finish with the water tank, making some holes, connecting that to our shower and our sink. Am I right?
That's right.
It sounds boring, but we're doing fun things today.
It's boring.
It is pretty boring.
Rose wanted us to explain that
Well, I don't know if we explain it.
our freshwater holding tank here, this is 46 gallons, so that's just a little under half what we had in the bus, and we were able to at times stretch that out for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes in a van. But normally in other vans we have seen, they have smaller water tank. So we were like, we have a shower, we have 2 dogs, it's 2 people. We need a little more than that.
Yeah.
So that's why we went with these.
And for anyone thinking that 46 gallons of water may be a little bit too much to carry on board with a Sprinter van, these things are intended for heavy payloads. Like they really do thrive in that environment.
It's
and
a cargo van.
Yeah, so typically these will hot shot 3 pallets worth of freight at a maximum capacity, and we're nowhere near that 3 pallets worth of freight. Water is around about 8.6 or 8.4 pounds per gallon. With a full tank, which will very rarely operate with a completely full tank, but when we do have a full tank, that'll be somewhere under the 400 pound mark. So think about that as like 2 additional passengers in here. We're speed boring everything, which makes a really nice hole, but it's very messy. You can buy expensive tools to do this, but I just like to use what I've got readily available that'll do, truthfully, the same exact thing. This is a cable cutter for very big cable, and it works great. It makes a very nice cut that goes into the PEX tubing or the shark bite fittings very well. So with shark bite fittings, you'll see this little green spot here. That little green spot indicates that your connection is successful. If you're doing shark bite push connections, push to fit connections, and you do not get that little green thing on your fitting, try again, push a little harder, remove your PEX piping, and kind of clean your cut up a bit. So you want to make sure that you've got that green showing. Green means you are in the good and ready to go. This little fella is pretty important, and I just remembered that we bought one, thankfully in time. What I'm going to do is put this valve, this is a shutoff valve for those of you who don't know. You have open and you have closed. So we're going to put this in line from the freshwater tank to our water pump. And if we ever have any issues or need to do any maintenance to anything that's after this little thing, which would be our water pump, our shower, our sink, and our outdoor shower, thank you for that. We just turn this off and we don't have to worry about any pressurized water pumping beyond. So
hopefully we don't have to use it, but if we need to, it's in there. Okay friends, so this is how the whole process is looking. Chase finished running almost everything inside here, but we ran out of some material, so we're gonna have to head to Lowe's or Home Depot and also get some tiles for the shower. But let me show you where we are. Yesterday you saw us going to Lowe's to pick up tiles and some other ingredients, and some other materials that we needed to finish with all the plumbing, which we're not 100% done, but it's kind of late. So we have decided to just tackle another task that has been on the list. By the list, I mean the list that I just made. And one of those tasks is something that we started kind of like at the beginning of the build and we never finished it, and our plan for it is start changing. It was just gonna be how it is. We were gonna probably stain it or paint it and then just close it as a cabinet, which it's still gonna be a cabinet, but we decided to finish it with the same material that we finished the ceiling. We're gonna paint it the same. It's gonna look pretty much the same. We're gonna install some lights so that way we have lights in the front as well.
this is hopefully the last piece for the upper.
Look at this new ceiling that we have in the front.
Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty unique.
You did that.
You did it.
You did that.
So, well, I think we're pretty well done for the night.
Look at that one.
Yeah, we're pretty much done for the night.
we have all the cuts that we needed to make. That was time consuming. It wasn't that hard. It was just time consuming.
Yeah, it wasn't hard at all.
And we will see you now. Good morning, everybody.
I'm so good at acting. Did you see my surprise face? Did we just fast forward through the night? I feel like I didn't even sleep.
Woo! No, I actually slept pretty good. I had some dreams. Today we're gonna be sanding everything. We're gonna take them down. We got our pencils. We're gonna mark every single one of them so we know where they are supposed to be when we put them together, right?
Yep.
Work smarter, no harder. Let's get to work.
Come on.
Two of 7.
2 at 7.
Okay, the moment of the true chase. Do you think it will fit?
I think it will. There's been so much adjustment to it that I think it will.
Friends, I think we haven't even said good morning or hello at all today. We started our date really early and took care halfway of the upper cabinet in the front because we don't have the right hinges for it. The story of our lives. We're planning on going to Home Depot or Lowe's later, I don't know yet, and getting the right hinges. So in the meantime, while there's sun out still and we can work in other projects, we decided to finish the L-shaped sofa. So we're gonna start framing it. I'm making some cuts, putting the frame together, and then figure it out from there. Friends, today Chase decided to copy my outfit. He saw me getting dressed and then next thing I see, we're matching. He always do that.
I swapped places with her completely today. I was grumpy all day.
What are you
For
saying?
no heckin' reason.
Yeah, he was pretty grumpy, but we got some things done.
Yep.
It might not seem like a lot, and I realized that today, that a lot of people probably think like, oh, they only built like half a sofa today. They only put like a little bit of the frame today.
This crap takes a long time when it's all completely custom, so.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and that's the end of the video. Bye. Get over here. Come on, we have to tell them what we're doing. We're just gonna finish this seat. Don't mind us, okay?
What? I'm so excited for this seat! And I just realized that we're gonna have a little storage area underneath.
We're gonna have a little storage area underneath.
What are we gonna put in all these cool places that we have to put things in?
That could be shoes.
I love your idea.
That could be shoes.
That could be shoes.
That totally could be shoes. Would you look at that?
I'm so excited.
That's storage for quite a
Chase
bit of
is
shoes.
Chase is in a great mood today. That makes me in a great mood. So today, it's the day.
Today's the day. Oh, that was not planned at all. That was completely spontaneous. Let's go.
Okay, let's make some cuts.
Hold this, please.
I would love to.
I finished the seat. Well, sort of.
But explain how cool that's gonna be for your feet.
Right, so check this out. First off, you can sit here. That's pretty cool, right? But, Shay's lounge. Perfect Instagrammable photo.
Whatever, that's my lounge.
This is my lounge. These are quite literally the worst instructions I've ever seen on hinges. And I've only put on 2 types of hinges my entire life.
I don't know if we explained, but the little area that we got above the seating area, it's gonna be quite difficult to close it. And we wanted to close it just for safety reasons. We didn't want to have it open and things fall out of there. So it's very curved. So we had to create that frame. And then if we wanted to install a door in it, it would have to be an inset door, because we have the cabinets above the sink area. We did our measurements to do an inset door, but we didn't have the right hinges, how we said it yesterday. So we finally got the right hinges. We hope there are. But the instructions are super hard and we don't have another piece that we can try them on. So I just trust on Chase.
We'll figure it out. So I got the hinges installed and the door in place. The hinge adjustment, one of them broke, and it's not quite working how it's supposed to. So I think it'll be fine for now, but it's not going to be permanent. I'm tidying up our fittings for the water heater, and then we're about to finish all of the plumbing directly to this. But before I install our water heater, I'm gonna go ahead and locate where I need to put my drain pipe for the sink, and go ahead and pop that through the floor, and then secure our water heater in place. Just that way I don't have to be working in an ultra tight space, more so than it is already ultra tight.
Good morning, friends. Yesterday was a crazy day. We got some things done, but not as much as we both wish we did, because we were out of some materials. We went to Lowe's yesterday and got everything, hopefully, that we need. But you know how billing goes, that you need to go and get more things along the way, and there's things you forget. So how Chase just explained it, he's gonna be installing the water heater. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, probably helping him. But the weather is terrible. It's supposed to rain all week here in Nashville. It has stopped for a little bit, so hopefully it stops and start getting things done. We need to be done.
Hey guys, I am not sure where we left you the other day. We've been working around a lot of rain. Like, look at this. But I wanted to come back and kind of explain what we've done with our plumbing situation and kind of talk through some of the complications that we had and some of the realizations that we had as well. So if you're curious, or if you're planning on building a van at any point, you'll kind of know what to expect and what to work around with that. For starters, in the van compared to the bus, we used PEX tubing as opposed to CPVC. We also chose to run all of our plumbing on the interior of the van, that way to keep it more climate controlled, to really make this an all seasons type of adventure rig for us. So we used 1/2-inch PEX tubing with shark bite fittings, and thankfully we had no leaks at that point. Where we did have leaks, however, were at our drop ear fittings going to our plastic fittings. And that's what I wanted to talk about here. Anytime you go to a PVC or a nylon fitting, a plastic fitting like your water tank or anything like that, to a brass, copper, metal fitting of any sort, you want to make sure that you're making a good connection. A lot of times you'll see people using Teflon tape for these type of applications, and avoid that. Teflon tape is not meant to be used in that way. I learned this the hard way. Like I said, we did have a leak at the back. My father, however, showed us soft set pipe thread sealant. This stuff will be linked in the description below. This is non-toxic and it is safe for freshwater tanks. When it comes to plastic fittings, hand tighten them. Do not get caught in the thought that I need to tighten it a little bit more, because those fittings are tapered, and the more you twist, the more pressure it applies to that taper, right? So it starts wide and it gets narrow as the threading goes, right? So hand tighten, and then 1 to 2 more little notches after that, and you're set. After you put this, your likelihood of busting that fitting, slim to none. Your likelihood for a leak is also slim to none. So I just wanted to be completely transparent with that. We did have a leak. It was my fault. Don't use Teflon on plastic fittings. Use pipe thread sealant. And I hope that was helpful. If it was, let me know. If you have any particular questions about plumbing, I may be able to help. I'm not a master by any means, but this is my second go around in camper vans, bus builds, whatever. And I think this go around I had a little bit better grasp at it than I did the first go around. You may be able to hear the rain now. It's coming down. But yeah, I'll leave you there. Last thing is I tracked a bunch of water in. When I came in, Marizia will kill me if I don't clean that up.